There comes a point when something in you dies. Not your heart, not your hope, but the version of you that cared too much. You stop trying to be understood. You stop explaining your pain. You stop expecting people to treat you the way you treat them. It's not bitterness, it's clarity. You realize the world doesn't reward sensitivity, it exploits it. The more you feel, the easier you are to control. And the moment you master your emotions, you become something terrifying, untouchable. These are not lessons, they're laws, forged in betrayal, tested in silence, and once you learn them, you never go back. The weak always react. The powerful observe. Every reaction is a surrender of control. It tells the world you can be provoked, that your peace depends on external validation. Each time you flinch, defend, or justify, you reveal the levers that move you, and people, consciously or not, will start pulling them. The emotionally untouchable never give that power away. They train their minds to pause between impulse and response. They sit inside silence until silence becomes strength. They let others show their chaos while they remain still. Observation becomes their weapon. They notice tone shifts, the subtle tremor in a voice that betrays insecurity. They read body language the way predators study movement, slowly, precisely, patiently. They understand that control isn't loud, it's quiet. It hides in composure. When you stop reacting, you stop being predictable. You force others to reveal themselves. Calmness exposes insecurity. Indifference exposes manipulation. Stillness becomes dominance. Detach from outcomes. Detach from approval. Detach from noise. The first law of power isn't domination, it's detachment. Because the moment you no longer need to prove yourself, no one can use your emotions to control you. Closure is the lie people tell to keep you orbiting them. It's the illusion of unfinished business, the hook that keeps you waiting for peace from the same place that destroyed it. You wait for the apology that never arrives. You replay every word, every silence, every what if like a ritual of self-punishment. You crave validation from those who no longer think of you, until one day, something inside snaps, not in anger, but in understanding. You realize closure was never in their hands. It was in yours all along. You stop asking why they did it and start asking why you stayed. You stop begging for explanation and start studying your tolerance for pain. Because closure isn't found in answers, it's found in acceptance. Real closure is quiet. It happens the moment indifference replaces obsession. When you no longer check, compare, or care. When their silence no longer echoes and your peace no longer depends on their conscience. That's the real ending, the one that doesn't need to be announced. When you close the door, not out of hate, but out of healing. Attachment is emotional gravity. It keeps you bound to the familiar, even when the familiar is killing you. You confuse intensity with intimacy, chaos with chemistry. You chase after patterns that feel like home because pain was your first language of connection. But attachment is not love, it's dependency wearing affection's mask. You keep trying to resurrect what keeps burying you because it feels safer to suffer in what you know than to evolve into what you don't. Alignment, on the other hand, is freedom. It doesn't demand that you shrink, apologize, or twist yourself to fit someone else's comfort. It simply fits because it flows in the same direction. When you choose alignment, you begin asking better questions. Not, why won't they love me right? But why do I accept love that hurts? You stop confusing loyalty with self-betrayal. You stop mistaking possession for partnership. You stop needing chaos to feel alive. Alignment is quiet, reciprocal, self-respecting. It doesn't demand chasing, convincing, or constant reassurance. What aligns stays. What doesn't fades without resistance. And the ones who master alignment walk away without anger, because peace is more seductive than attachment will ever be. Empathy is light, but light attracts everything, including moths and parasites. And the wrong people will always mistake your compassion for compliance. They'll cry to dodge accountability. They'll weaponize their pain until it becomes your guilt. They'll twist your instinct to help into a leash that keeps you bound to their chaos. You'll call it kindness. They'll call it control. And slowly, you'll realize some people don't want healing, they want hosts. So you learn the art of emotional conservation. You stop rescuing people who refuse to save themselves. You learn to feel deeply without losing direction. You learn that love without boundaries is self-erasure. Protecting your empathy doesn't make you cold, it makes you precise. You still care, but not carelessly. You still listen, but not endlessly. You give, but not at the expense of your peace. Because empathy without discipline becomes self-destruction disguised as virtue. And when you finally draw that line, the world calls you ruthless. But you know it's just self-respect finally speaking louder than guilt. Your energy is your currency. Spend it where it grows, not where it's drained. The final law isn't about withdrawal, it's about creation. When you've been drained enough times, you realize power doesn't come from being wanted, it comes from being whole. Most people live in emotional debt, always seeking approval, attention, validation, anything that confirms they matter. But the moment you start generating your own worth, the cycle breaks. You stop chasing energy and start becoming it. You stop asking for peace and start radiating it. You stop waiting to be chosen and start choosing yourself. Becoming the source means you no longer feed off reaction, you feed off direction. You move with intention, not impulse. You speak less because silence now holds value. You stop needing to be understood because understanding yourself is enough. When you are the source, you realize how much power you gave away trying to prove your heart. You stop trying to explain your goodness to people committed to misunderstanding it. You stop letting temporary people dictate permanent emotions. The world starts revolving differently around you, not because you demanded it, but because you mastered what others chase. Peace, control, detachment all flow from within. And that's the paradox of becoming emotionally untouchable. You don't build walls, you build gravity. You don't hide your emotions, you refine them into strength. You don't reject love, you simply stop needing it to survive. Because when you become the source, everything external loses its power.